Somni used to have the deepest sleeps possible, but then something happened. She noticed that the noise in her neighborhood seemed to increase. The noise just became louder and louder every night. She would try to adjust her pillow, make it more comfortable, fluff it up, change positions, dim the lights, change the lights, but nothing seemed to work. Nothing seemed to block out the sound from outside, and she just could not get back to sleep, tossing and turning. So then she decided that she had to try something new. Because the weather was nice, she went out for a long walk, took her time, was just deep in thought, and then suddenly she came across an individual who was making a lot of noise. She noticed that he would play horrible music, and somehow he knew what music people didn't like. He was the one responsible for making the street lights brighter. Somni was so wide awake from this that she forgot that it was nighttime and that she should be in bed. But now she knew who was behind it all. She felt so much stress around this individual that she turned around and quietly walked away. She turned back one more time, and she saw that the neighborhood that was once dark started to light up. It started with the one house in the corner, and then the next one, and the next one. She knew where this individual was heading. As she continued her walk, she came across a man standing outside of his house, looking up at the sky. He had long, straight, black hair, which was blowing in the wind. He seemed to be calm, and as she walked past him, he said, "Quite a night, huh?" "Oh yeah? What's going on?" she asked. "Oh, just another starry night. I haven't been able to sleep for almost a week. I think I should get my telescope and study some astronomy, make myself productive." "Oh, I know a bit about astronomy," replied Somni. She began to tell him about some of the mythology behind the constellations that she knew about. 15 minutes had passed when he said to her, I'm sorry, but there's something about your voice. I can't explain it, but I think that sleep has returned. I better go. It was really nice talking to you." She saw how difficult it was for him to keep his eyes opened. Something had happened indeed. He even had trouble standing. She continued her walk and was deep in thought. She was wondering, what had she done that had made this person fall asleep? As she continued, she came across a lady who was sitting on her porch writing under the moonlight. She saw how she tore the paper off and then she scrunched it and threw it, and it landed on the sidewalk, just inches away from Somni's feet. Since she was the curious type, she opened it and read it. It was a plea for help. It seemed that sleep had invaded her as well. Something needed to be done. Someone had to do something. Someone had to defeat this noisy individual. In the days that followed, Somni recorded a few CDs at home using the latest technology available to her. She was quite the technical wizard. She even dabbled at composing some of her music for added relaxation. She went out again late at night and dropped off these CDs, one over the guy's house and the other at the lady's house. They weren't outside, and she tried to be as quiet as possible in case they were sleeping. It was a beautiful night, and so she decided to stay out longer. And just when she thought the world was safe again, she saw him again. She quickly hid, and she was positive that he hadn't seen her. She became upset at all the noise he was causing. She wanted to confront him, but not like this. He would know who she was. She then realized she was protected in the shadows of the alley, and so she spoke. "Quiet, you. People are sleeping." "Who's out there?" he replied. "Who are you?" is the question. "I'm not afraid of you. I am Insomnia. I'll render you powerless. You humans are dysfunctional when you haven't had rested. Not if I stop you." Somni took off and ran as fast as she could. Now she knew who the creature was, and she wasn't afraid of him. In the nights that followed, Somni went out, but with caution. This time, she wore a mask to cover her identity and took different routes where no one would see her. Whenever she felt that Insomnia was around, she would take off. And she would even be quiet as a mouse, so as not to raise suspicion. But then something peculiar happened on this night. She noticed on the streets there were scrunched up letters everywhere. All these letters, they seemed to be all over her neighborhood. And her hunch told her that they were all addressed to her, that it had something to do with insomnia. When she opened the letters and read them, each one was a request for the CD that she had made the previous nights. She continued her search and picked up more letters, and she even found a spot in one of the alleys where she felt safe. She sat down and started reading the letters one by one. As she read them, she would always look out to make sure that insomnia wasn't around. She looked around the neighborhood and noticed that the lights were still off, so she knew it was safe. She had to come up with a plan, something that will defeat insomnia. Somni knew that her CDs were having a positive effect on people because she also received letters of thanks. Now she didn't know where this journey would take her, but she knew that a new hero was in town. Someone was here to battle with insomnia. And it was going to be Somni. Please hold. We are transmitting your signal. you did call me. Do you see that red button on the page? It says call for help. Yes. I think you accidentally pressed it. Correct. So anyone who has the comic book presses that button, I will come through. It's the latest technology that I'm using. Yes. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yes. Insomnia was actually here not too long ago. That thunderstorm that we just had, that was Mother Nature. But the sound it made was just amplified by insomnia to wake the whole neighborhood, wake everybody. Yeah. That was it. Well, that's another way you can tell where he's been, because the lights will go off in people's houses and then they can't get back to sleep. It starts with one house and progressively goes to the next one. But don't worry, I'm here. I'm here to help you get back to sleep. Your letter? Yes. I also got your letter. I have it right here. Would you like me to read it to you? Okay. Let me open. Oh, and whisper it too? Okay. Into your ear. Alright. Dear Somni, I haven't been able to sleep for the last few days. There's been extra noise in my neighborhood. I hear the cars go by, people talking, and then I hear music from my neighbor's house. All these noises, they've never bothered me before, but lately they just seem to get louder and louder. Please help me fall asleep. That is insomnia. Insomnia just seems to get stronger and stronger. But I believe that together, you and I, we can defeat insomnia. Let me put away the letter. So, it's okay. I know. Every time insomnia is around, it can be very frustrating, exhausting, but not in a good way. No, the exhausting part. So, what I would like you to do is just lie down. It's okay. Yeah, just lie down. Hold on. Let me just fix that pillow there. Okay. Now lie down. Yes. What would you like me to tell you about? Okay. Yes, I have met insomnia. I've come face to face to him. And we've battled. Well, that's the thing. He is my nemesis. My name, Somni, comes from the Latin word to dream, to sleep. And I'm sure you noticed before the letter S-O-M-N-I in many of the words such as insomnia, somniac, and so forth. So he likes to take away people's sleep, and I bring them back. Correct. Yes. Okay. And I also see that you have a glass of milk there. Yeah. You should try that. Go ahead and have it. Well, yeah, sometimes herbal tea works. You should try that too for other times as well. Yeah. Okay. So what else? Let me try something else. How does this sound? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna try something else too. Since you mentioned about the loud noises, just close your eyes just for a few seconds. Hear that? Yes, that's music. It's very calm and soft. Hear how it's in your ears. Do you hear that? Right? Okay. I'll leave that music there until you're completely asleep. Mm-hmm. And I see that your eyelids are getting heavy. Mm-hmm. It's okay. You're safe. I'll keep watch. Mm-hmm. Okay. Who am I? Well, I can't tell you who I am. It would be too dangerous. I can't show you my identity because insomnia might return. He can read people's thoughts too. So if he sees that mental image in your mind, he's going to know who I am, and I won't be able to help you anymore. Maybe next time. I'm not sure. I can't make that promise. No. Okay. Just go to sleep. It's gonna be okay. And you're going to have the most restful sleep you've had in a very long, long time. It's okay. And you're going to have the sweetest dreams.